Hello everybody, this is Bradley from RaceBeacon, and today I think I'm bringing you the penultimate update in the Oscar Piastri, McLaren and Alpine saga. We are seeing news breaking from F1 briefings this morning confirming that Oscar Piastri's McLaren contract has been validated by the FIA's Contract Recognition Board. Now, why is this so important, you may ask? Because this is the highest court that can decide on Formula 1 contract affairs. All of the teams agreed unanimously a few years back that whatever this court says goes. So it seems now that the contract has indeed been validated in favour of McLaren. And the reasoning given for this was, quote, the FIA's Contract Recognition Board ruled that there was no valid contract between Alpine and Piastri relating to the 2023 season, leaving McLaren free to agree a deal with the Australian. So obviously this court has then looked over the contracts, they know all the dates, all the key dates that we are not privy to, unfortunately, and they have come to the decision that McLaren absolutely can sign Oscar Piastri. Of course, on this channel we don't just cover the news, we cover the repercussions as well. This obviously means, look, Daniel Ricciardo is contracted for another year at McLaren. Lando Norris is on a multi-year contract. This is very likely to cost McLaren quite a lot of money. Or if rumours from yesterday are to be believed, this could be on some form of reserve contract. That's not stated in any of this. But for me, if you're putting this much work into signing a driver, if you're Oscar Piastri, you do not want to be sitting on the sidelines for another year. So surely McLaren must have some kind of agreement in place with Ricciardo. They're letting him go off, sign a new contract somewhere else. It could be Alpine, but of course, are there any bad feelings between Ricciardo and Alpine from when he ditched the team to go to McLaren? As I said a couple of days ago, I feel like no matter what happens in this scenario, whatever the outcome is, it's going to be incredibly awkward for a few drivers. You've obviously got Alonso at Alpine for the rest of the year. You've got Oscar Piastri, who's regularly at the Alpine garage on race weekends. You've got Daniel Ricciardo at McLaren, who's being forced out by the team. That's hardly going to be a very clean exit. And, I mean, the only drivers who are happy about all of this is probably Lando Norris and Esteban Ocon. Ocon's getting arguably a downgrade of a teammate, and Lando Norris, well, at least he gets to keep his seat. And I think the good news for McLaren is if they get Piastri in, it's very likely to be on a long-term contract due to the driver's age and the fact that everyone knows he has absolutely got the skill. He is a Formula 2, the reigning Formula 2 champion. So this is going to give McLaren a really solid base to work with and grow upon in the next few years. Of course, we'll have to wait and see what happens with Ricciardo's contract. I think we've probably got maybe 2 more videos coming up on this topic, depending on if there's any new drama. We've got Ricciardo. Where on earth does he end up? And then, of course, we've also got the announcements, the juicy announcements for all of these seats. And that will see the 2023 grid as good as confirmed. We've still got some rumours that Mick Schumacher has actually left the Ferrari Driver Academy. So we'll see what that means with his seat at Haas. I'd say if you're not in the FDA, maybe your chances of staying at Haas are quite low. Because I think Ferrari absolutely want one Ferrari Driver Academy driver in Haas. And obviously Kevin Magnussen is not a member of the FDA, so if Mick Schumacher isn't either, his seat's probably not particularly secure. But as I stated earlier, it says under Formula 1's regulations, Alpine cannot challenge the board's decision. So that means all of those announcements, the big, he's driving for us next year, none of that is true. Oscar Piastri, his statement's right, he will not be driving for Alpine in 2023. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Oscar Piastri is going to end up as a full-time or reserve driver next year? And also, if you want to have your hands at something else, where do you think Daniel Ricciardo is going to end up? Let me know down in the comments below. I read them all and try to like them all as well. So guys, don't forget to like and subscribe for all of the latest updates on this contract goings on. It's all been very dramatic the first few days of this year's silly season. But that's why we call it silly season. There's always something around the corner. Make sure not to miss it. Make sure to subscribe. Turn the notification bell on as well. And guys, as ever, until next time, goodbye.